Hey guys, welcome to Any Last Words. I am your host, Joe, and I think I got it. Oh no, I think I got us all together. We did. Okay, I had to take the other screen away to see you.
I was having issues for some reason. Like whenever I do the 2G1C podcast,
Mhm.
anytime that we're talking before we go on, as soon as it goes on, my screen just goes completely froze, and like I'm just like
Yeah,
like
it
what?
kicked you out. I was like, wait a minute, I didn't boot you from this. I was like, shit.
No, I meant to actually mention that too. I totally forgot. But hey, I'm here and I'm glad to be. Thanks for having me on.
Damn right. Thanks for being back on. I'm fucking excited. Let me see if I can get this little banner at the bottom here, just in case. Get some people who jump in who aren't familiar with what's going
Right,
on.
right.
So you guys, we have Chuck Daniels back again, Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. How are you doing?
Right.
It's a while.
Man, I'm doing actually pretty good. We played our first show after a year of not playing shows last Saturday. This past Saturday. And man, it was fun to get back out there again. There's a few fuck ups here and there, but that's to be expected after not playing, live shows for a year or so. But it was cool, man. It was a little cookout that we played for the guitar player Saul from the band Artwork for the Blind. Um, Great fucking band, by the way. Check them out. He throws this cookout every year. We played it one year, got the cops called on us. The cops came because it was an outside thing. So like it was in his backyard. The cops get called, and now it's legendary because the cops get called and they come in. They donate some money. They eat some food. So they enjoy the music and have a good night.
The cops did? Are you shitting me?
No shit.
That's fucking dope, dude. Here they'd be taking your beer and drinking it while they're fucking throwing you in the back of the cop car, and then say thanks for
Well,
the chicken.
yeah. Well, it's like the music. In most places, if the music's over by like 10, they'll
Okay.
they'll usually fuck off. But but it's kind of funny because the whole time this little cookout thing was going, because it was us, Artwork for the Blind, a band called Eulogy and Blood, a band called Chaos Pendulum, and a band called Joe Grudge.
Mhm.
Um, and man, it was such a fun time. Uh, like it was loud. Nobody really, complained about anything this time around. But what I was going to get to, and I kind of lost track of thought, was the fact that when I was going up towards the road area, because it kind of goes down this little hill where everybody's at, and then I went up to the cars were, and I hear that there's like some reggae band or something like across the street doing the same thing, and I was like, well, this is interesting.
It's almost like you can get like a country band down at the end of the road, and like everybody makes it like a crawl almost,
Hmm.
like a band crawl or a road. Just go around the street and you can just listen to different bands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, and actually, it was kind of crazy. There was a band called oh shit, I'm drawing a blank now. I'll remember in a minute. But what they did was there was this band. I'm pretty sure they're from here in Kentucky, but they got in a van, got drum set, guitars. They got it, to where they could plug all that stuff in there, and they drove around just playing their music like the singer was singing out of a megaphone, and it
No
was
sh.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm drawing a complete fucking blank on that band, but they're pretty fucking wild. I'll remember it and let you know.
That's fucking dope. I love that. I love that. Oh, real quick. Hey,
I'm jealous we
Lance.
didn't
Hey,
do it.
Sean.
Hey
Lisa
guys.
and Joe. Lance says Chuck Daniels effing rules. Both people on the screen are awesome.
Well, thank you.
Sean says, "Hey, Joe and Chuck, my brother."
What's up,
And
man?
then Lance and Sean get into it. But hey, Lisa and hey, Joe on top of that.
Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello, everyone out there in YouTube land or Facebook land, where interwebs.
Right, right.
Oh my gosh. So what you smoking on tonight?
I'm not really sure what it's called, but it's not bad though.
Nice.
It's a little bit of a hybrid, I think, because I was puffing on it earlier, and it made me like the first like 20 seconds of the buzz when I started feeling it. I was like, oh, I feel all right, okay. And then as it went on, I was just like, it's nap time. And I
Right?
don't take naps, so
So you gotta fight it the whole fucking afternoon.
pretty much, yeah. I tried to close my
Yeah.
eyes for a minute. I've also been drinking on these things. Uh, it says Jack
Oh,
Daniel's Berry Punch stuff.
Dude, I haven't seen those since I was like 19. They had like a whole slew of those bitches. They had
Yeah,
like a watermelon one and all kinds of shit.
I haven't tried that one yet. The liquor store down the road, they sell a lot of these. And so far, the berry punch and the peach one are my favorites. I still need to try the lemonade and the watermelon. But
I remember it was the down home punch.
yeah,
This doesn't show you guys that I used to be an alcoholic. There was a down home punch, the lemonade, and the watermelon. I think those were the three that were out. Because I remember the first time I got married, like everybody bought like a shit ton of them because they were brand new. So like after the wedding, we just had like a refrigerator and like cabinets full of that shit.
I mean, it really does. This stuff right here tastes like straight up like melted
like an icy
popsicle.
or something.
Yeah. It's like every time you take a drink of it, it's like you're a kid again, which is really bad. I mean, it doesn't really have like, it's 4.8 alcohol volume. Usually beer, I think it's like 5, whatever. But
yeah,
it's these go down really easy. And I've been actually trying to been going back and forth. I've been trying to actually cut out my drinking a lot. And so I was like, well, instead of like just drinking whiskey or beer, I'll get something a little different, and that'll do me for the time being.
There you go.
Yeah,
I can't do those sugary drinks too much. Like they make my headache worse. Or like like the hangover headache makes it worse. It's like, oh my god, this shit sucks. I do like those. I know it's such a girl thing to say. Like I hate saying it, but the seltzer alcohol.
the White Claw.
Not the White Claws are okay. It's like the Trulies, and then there's like a different one. Actually, Budweiser makes them.
Pulled out. Yeah,
Those don't give me a hangover at all. And
really?
I can like pound like 3 of them and then like chill on a couple of them, like for the rest of the night, just to kind of just keep me steady on it. And then the next day I don't have a hangover. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is dangerous.
I have yet to try one of those.
Really?
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not really not a big seltzer guy.
Okay.
It just, I don't know. I could drink it sometimes, but I don't know how it'd be with alcohol. And it's clear.
You don't taste the alcohol. It just tastes like carbonated flavored water.
Well, I just know that it's clear and it has alcohol in it, and that just scares me enough. But but I mean, I usually, I mean, personally, I prefer drinking a fifth. But like I like a fifth of whiskey. You know what I mean? The whiskey's my thing. I mean, Kentucky, bourbon. And beer's all right. I like Coors Light. I'm one of those guys. Everybody can kiss my ass. I don't like all these, IPA. Like I'm not a beer snob. I'm like, give me a Coors Light. Like I've got a bunch of empty Coors Light bottles like right in front of me, actually, from a 2G1C episode. But yeah, every now and then I get the itch at my ass to have some fruit drinks because they're kind of fruity. They're kind of Kool-Aid-y, and man, they're fucking tasty.
Yeah, they are tasty. God, so dangerous. Real quick, Trina, Desiree, and Rob. Hey guys, thanks for joining. And Sean says, I used to steal those while I was in middle school and get trashed when sneaking out at night. Not proud of it, but can chuckle about it now.
Oh no, I get it. It's like when you're like 12-year-old kid, 12, 13 years old, and the only thing in your friend's parents' fridge is like Zima or like Smirnoff Ice. You remember Zima?
Yes, that made a hot comeback like a couple of summers ago. Just like for a minute, just a real hot minute, and then it was gone again. So.
All you gotta do is just put Jolly Ranchers in the damn thing. That's what did it. That's why I came back. Is because some stupid. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, some stupid internet video was like, just put Jolly Ranchers in it. And they're like, oh, and they put out a bunch of crap again and all that. I don't know. It was definitely like a mom drink. Like I had a lot of friends whose mom drank that shit. That and Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah.
That's heartburn.
Heartburn. Yes, thank you. Fuck yeah.
These don't. I have really bad heartburn, and these don't do it. These don't.
Really?
Yeah. Well, knock on wood. I'm gonna fuck myself saying that, but yeah, no, these are good. These are really, especially if you do this. And you like to have a little bit of a drink while you're doing that. Mm-hmm. These are perfect. These are fucking on spot.
Damn. Well, I haven't drank in a hot minute, but sometimes I want to. And maybe, I don't know if we even have those here anymore. I don't know. I'll have to see.
Really?
Maybe they made a comeback around. Like I said, I haven't seen those since I was 19 years old, and that was almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So,
So
oh,
you
a
so
long
you
ass
don't you
time
don't
ago.
so you don't drink at all anymore?
I haven't drank since my birthday, which was like last Halloween. So,
Okay. Okay. So you're like a
yeah.
every now and then special occasion drinker.
Ooh, I used to be, and then I got really heavy into drinking, and it became like a really big problem for a long time. So now I just don't
Uh,
drink anymore. So I was like,
it,
things
yeah,
are important. So,
it runs in my family. So
yeah,
like
mine too. That's
it's
scary as shit.
these bastards right like alcohol in general is just like it can become your best friend immediately and also become your worst enemy like also in the same sense because I mean
Yeah.
it's so easy to get whatever it's all in moderation and unfortunately my bloodline tells me that I don't do that so I
There's
yeah
no
so
threshold here, sir.
right yeah it's that's why it's much better that I have this because I have a lot of health problems and this actually helps and this these and this probably don't need to be around much longer. So actually I've got doctor's appointments tomorrow and they're gonna tell me the same thing.
Fingers crossed, sir. Fingers crossed.
They
Fingers
don't care
crossed.
if they don't care if I smoke weed, it's the tobacco, the nicotine they have a problem with. And then this is just
Yeah.
bad because apparently my liver enzymes are really high, so alcohol's gotta go.
Whatever that means.
I don't even know what that means. They couldn't even I don't know. I mean I'm stupid. I don't know, but like I don't even know what that I look it up and I'm like, what does that mean? And I don't get any answer that like actually like answers my question.
I don't know what it means either, but it doesn't sound good. So,
No, no. But
oh,
again, I have this.
there's nothing wrong with that. Trina says, I've been drinking that vitamin water lately, trying to cut back or cut out so much sugar and trying to cut down on drinking beer and alcohol. That's good. That's good. I can't do a lot of those vitamin waters though. Oh, don't die. I failed CPR
Sorry,
twice.
sorry.
So, hey, Fabrizio. Desiree says she's not much of a drinker. Hey, Steven. I'm good. How are you today? Oh, congratulations, Trina. She said she quit smoking cigarettes. It's day 8. Damn. I think I've
Keep it
gone
up.
13 and then I freaked out on someone and then went back to smoking. So, and that
It's
was one
bad.
time. Yeah, it's bad.
I've quit a lot of bad habits,
Oh,
and these motherfuckers like
they're bad. They're so
oh,
bad. And I smoke
girl,
menthols. It's like, fuck.
my girlfriend smokes menthols, and if I run out and I'm like I need one, I have to go for hers, and I really don't want to. Like I've got
I
like
smoke.
I'm
No good. No good.
I was saying like I've got like 5 Camel Lights left because I'm trying not to buy any more cigarettes and trying
Okay.
to do this shit. Um, and because I don't want to have to. I'm having to what is it? Pace myself, I guess. Like I pulled
Yeah.
out 2 cigarettes specifically for this, just so I
Hmm.
didn't like sit here and just smoke,
Chain
smoke,
smoke.
smoke, smoke. Yeah, because I'm bad about it.
Oh my gosh. See, that's how my guy is too. He'll burn through like 2 packs a day and he smokes like the Marlboro Reds. I smoke the NXTs because you just pop the filter and then it becomes a menthol. So then
Yeah,
like if he runs out, he'll start grabbing on mine. He still don't like them much even though they do and don't taste like a regular Marlboro,
right.
but God, we're
Well,
promoting so much unhealthy shit tonight, aren't we?
I mean I am also known as Chuck Nasty, so it's all right. It's okay.
Lance says smoking is the devil. Is the devil.
I hate these things, but I love them. I don't know.
I know. Hey, Richard. Let's see. Richard says, I heard smoking shortens your life. I've been thinking about starting. It's relaxing.
Yeah.
Sometimes helps you not want to kill people.
If I could
Uh,
be that, if oh sorry, if I could
no,
be
no.
that guy that just has like a cigarette at night before he goes to bed and be okay with it, like I wish I could do that, you know. But I don't just oh I'm gonna have a cigarette right now. It's been 6 hours. No, I'm the kind of guy that's like oh well it's been like 15 minutes. I got to relight up.
I know that, you know what? That's exactly how I feel too, because I love, for people that know me, I love fucking coffee. I actually just had a cup earlier, like a third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 19th cup for the day. But if I can just have one cigarette with that first cup of coffee,
Hmm.
I would be fucking golden. But I don't think I can get that way either. I would be like, nope, it's either I smoke or I don't. I can't have them tempting me. Because they're the
Well,
devil.
Well, also if you're drinking that delicious coffee and you can't just. I mean, how many cups of coffee do you have? You just said you went like you drink like 50 a day, right? Like,
Yeah.
think about that. Okay, you can't just have one cup of coffee, so you're not just gonna have one cigarette. You're
But
gonna
that first
put.
cup is the one that just a mwah. Unless
Mhm.
I'm too tired and I fuck up the pot, then I'm like, son of a bitch. Now I need to go smoke a cigarette because I'm pissed off this early in the morning.
Actually, I love me some coffee, man. I don't know. It's like I didn't drink it forever, and then every now and then, like I'll go to a buddy's house and he'll be drinking coffee, and I'm just like, man, I want some damn coffee. There's something about it. It's just great. Actually, I wish I had some right now.
Oh my gosh, we got so many comments tonight. I love it. Um, let's see. Uh, well, this is 18 and over stream. Yes, this is an 18 and over stream. And then Lance says Chuck is the nastiest of the nasty. Woo!
Hey, and most people would take that as an offense. I take it as a compliment.
Woo! And Richard said smoking gives you a cool radio voice. Plus, it looks cool.
It's true. It's real. I've been told. I used to work at gas stations, and I was told all the time that I had a radio voice.
Nice. You kind of do. You kind of do. I'm
Yeah,
with like
because
the lunch lady's husband.
oh, you gonna start talking like this, honey. It's gonna start sounding like that.
You want gravy on your mashed potato.
Oh God,
The Simpsons
you
lunch
do that
lady.
almost too well. Yeah,
I love The Simpsons.
classic show, man. I still love watching it.
Yes, it's not the same anymore, but I mean, I'm mad that
Gonna
Disney
happen.
has it. I'm mad Disney has it. I'm like, fuck you, Disney.
Yeah, because Disney's. I was actually kind of weirded out that they had that on Disney. I
Hmm.
didn't because I don't know about shit, and I had Disney Plus on, and my son was trying to find something to watch, and he likes The Simpsons, and then
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, The Simpsons." Like, they don't have Simpsons on. Oh, they do.
Right?
So I mean, so if they edit stuff down, at least it's to where he can watch it. He's 8 years old, and I can not feel bad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
They
it's
cut
a
a
whole
lot of
lot.
stuff out of it too.
What's what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. It's not like I made a mistake one time with both my kids. My son was much younger, and his let's see here, his sister was she's probably about 11, 12, and I made the mistake of like, oh, they're not gonna know. I put on Beavis and Butthead.
Oh shit.
I wasn't even thinking. And about halfway, like I wasn't even halfway to like through the first episode, and I was like, I have to turn this off because I feel like a horrible person right now because it was like
Oh.
bad. It was so bad, and I was like, oh, this is why they took it off the air.
Yeah.
Like yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Like shit, if our parents were around and actually watched this shit, we may not have watched it. I don't know. My dad was at work all the time. Like my dad was that guy who was like got up like hours before the sun did and then got home right when the sun was going down and then ate, slept, did it all over again. And
Mm-hmm.
so he didn't really get to watch a lot of the things that we were doing and watching and how we were talking and shit. My mom was off doing her own thing all the time. So when South Park came out, we were like, oh, this is amazing. And
Yeah.
then my dad was at work, and my dad's a fabrication welder. So like he was like working in like a shop, and they
Mm-hmm.
had the doors rolled up, and then they have like they always have like a stereo on top of one of the toolboxes. And he said that, and this is this is kind of dating myself a little bit, but this is when there was still cassette tape.
Oh yeah, I
And
remember that.
the kid brought this cassette tape in, and it was the fucking South Park soundtrack from the show. And it had Chef's Chocolate Salty Balls on the soundtrack. And that was the first song that I guess he played or whatever. And my dad goes, what the fuck is this trash that you're playing? He's like, oh, it's that show South Park. And my dad's like, wait a minute. I hear my kids talking about that show. My dad busted in the front door as soon as he came home. Boom! Like door was whipped open. He's yelling, what
Jeez.
the hell are you guys watching? We were forbidden to ever watch it again. Fast forward 3 weeks, mom said, don't tell dad. And we started watching it again. So
That's about how my household was about. My dad, he's not really aggressive person, but he wasn't too keen on the show, and mom let me slide on it a little bit until she saw it, and then she was pretty much like, I don't want to see it. Okay, but that was one of those like cartoons that made you. I don't know, man. You felt almost really dirty when you watched it. It's like, man, I feel like kind of an asshole just like laughing at this. But
Right?
sometimes humor's got to be a little questionable, I guess. Sometimes, depending.
I start thinking about like how much stuff really goes over your head as a kid too. Like fuck, like I didn't even realize that's what was going on or what was said or implied or
Yeah.
whatever. It's like
I,
fuck.
well, like you remember Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I hadn't seen that movie in many years, and me and my girlfriend decided to sit down with my son, because I don't think he watched it, and put it on. So I was like, man, that was one of my favorites when I was his age, and I put it on. There's a lot of stuff. I'm like, how did I? There's a lot of innuendo in that movie.
Mhm.
And it's so funny because, like you said, like when you're younger, you have no idea you're like, oh, it's just everybody's laughing, so you laugh. You get older and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I hope they don't figure it out because kids know more than we did.
Oh, fuck yeah, they do because it's not when you have a question, go look in the encyclopedia. It's
Yeah, right.
ask your phone. Like like literally ask your fucking phone. You don't type shit anymore.
And
Oh
that's why you got
my
to put a parental
god.
block on stuff.
Yes. Jesus. Oh, Trina says, I think I'm gonna make some coffee now. Um, have I seen the Simpsons movie? Yes, I own the Simpsons movie. Actually, if you can see right there behind Freddy, I have a Ralph doll right there.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah.
So I love Ralph's one of my favorite characters, so he's so
Oh,
funny.
you feel so bad for him sometimes, but he's just too stupid to actually like get it. It's like
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. There was an article I read actually about him about that character where he gets picked on so much, all this stuff, but it doesn't phase him at all.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of people they were saying that there was like he was like autistic or something, and that you
Hmm.
shouldn't laugh or something like that. And I don't really think they, even if that's what it is, they're not really that bad with it. I don't know. Everybody bitches about
No,
something these days. You know what I mean? Because I
they
think he's a funny
do.
character because he's awkward.
Yeah, that's what I mean, because I think that there are some times you can kind of relate to some of the shit he's doing. Not maybe to a T, but because it's like Butters on South Park. He's so sweet and innocent, and sometimes he just doesn't fucking get it, or sometimes he's just so tired of the bullshit that he does get, he just does his little blow up. Because I think we can kind of, we've either had those moments or there's something about it we can kind of relate to, and that's what makes it funny. Not
Yeah,
that we're making fun of autistic people or slow
yeah.
people or whatever. It's just in some weird way we can relate to it.
Some shows are kind of bad about like my son's on the autism spectrum.
Hmm.
So like I take things kind of personal sometimes. But if I feel like okay, well they're not really being you know a certain way about it. Like over here, like oh, this one show, I don't remember what, but there was one show that had something similar, and I was like, oh well, it wasn't showing anything in a bad light or nothing. It was just a character.
Yeah.
And then you turn around, and you put it on like Family Guy or some shit, and you're like, I don't know if I should even bother with this.
Yeah, that show's kind of rough. Like if you really pay attention to it, it's like there's like incest, bestiality, pedophilia, like all kinds of nasty shit in there. And it's like, if you really pay attention, it's like, what did I watch when I was a kid? Because that came out when I was a teenager.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
I actually I didn't. I quit watching Family Guy for a while.
yeah, I don't watch it anymore either. I haven't in a long time.
I recently we'll go like back and watch some of the newer seasons that we never saw. But there was an
Hmm.
episode that I remember that it just bothered me. It had to do with kids and stuff, and I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know. And then later on, my friends, actually Josh, the guitar player for Bastards, um, we were talking about that actually. And he's like, man, his whole thing is he wants to provoke. And that's what he basically told me. It was like he's you're getting you're giving the reaction he wants. And I was like, okay. And then I went back and started watching it, like other episodes and shit. And I was like, okay, it's still funny. He doesn't. There's just that one episode. There's just one episode that fucking did me in, man. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, I've had those moments with shows and then be like, okay, I'm done with this shit for a little while. I did that with Bob's Burgers. Um, for
Yeah.
a little, and Bob's Burgers is one of my favorite shows. Like I adore that stupid ass show because I love Archer too. But
Oh yeah.
there was
Yeah.
one where because I'm not big on the whole chomo shit. Like I'm sure a lot of people are not, but kind of almost in some joking forms, I'm kind of like, ooh, that was a little too much. Like sometimes with the Family Guy shit. But
Yeah.
there was one where I thought Bob's Burgers was completely safe. I'm like, this show's pretty decent. You know, it's got little things here and there, but so what? It's it's innocent enough. There was an episode where there was like a flower shop in the background because they changed the names of the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Petal File, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
That totally ruined it for me for like 2 months. And then I was like, okay, I miss Bob. So
Yeah, no, I love that show. And actually, one of my favorite things about that show is both the daughters on there is like if you took my daughter and split her into two people, like it's her, like, yeah, as two people instead of one. And that's
oh my
one
god,
thing
I
I
love
love about it.
Louise. Louise is my favorite. I cosplayed as her one year at a convention just because I didn't want to be bored. I hate sitting at tables at conventions. Jesus. I've got to be that person. I'm up like talking to people and I got a drink in my
Oh,
hand
same.
and pack of business cards in the other and I'm talking to people and shit. So I was like, well, I it was the first convention I ever been to, so I didn't have cards or anything and I was already dressed up as something else and I was like, well, I want to do a different one in the middle of this because there's little contests and shit. So my friend, she got me the Louise ears for it was Christmas or birthday or something like that. And then I was like, this is perfect. So I went and got like a lime green shirt and I wore a pair of black like tights and I just went as Louise in like cosplay.
That's awesome.
It was
Did people realize it though? They actually catch on?
no,
Really?
no, it wasn't.
That's always a bummer.
Yeah, it was. I mean, like they weren't like it wasn't a big like Bob's Burgers kind of. It was it was the Fresno Collector Con. That's what it was. So they were like into superheroes and anime and all that other stuff. So they were just kind of like, okay. I dressed as
Yeah.
a Powerpuff Girl and they knew exactly who I was. So I was like, okay, cool. Somebody got that one.
Yeah, right. Oh, I
Oh my
almost forgot
gosh.
about that show.
Oh, I love that show.
Oh
And
man.
it's really so lame and cheesy now, but I loved that show growing up. Oh, Richard
It's
says, oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just say, yeah, it was actually kind of funny.
Yeah, like, oh, Jojo. I like the monkey. So,
As a parent, I get to actually like get to be a complete kid, which I am
yeah.
anyway, but like I get to watch cartoons that I either maybe never saw or never saw too much or even love sometimes because I can
Mhm.
just, sit down and be like, hey, I remember this one, like I got this one show that I want to show you. It's kind of cool though. I like cartoons.
I do too. I'll even watch the old ass Looney Tunes sometimes. I'm just like, I just love cartoons.
Oh yeah.
They're
Yeah,
awesome.
definitely.
Oh, and this one too. Maybe you know this one. I'm sure you've at least heard of it. Mr. Pickle.
Yeah. The
That one's pretty
dog.
fucking gnarly. Yeah, that one's a little gnarly.
I like that one. That one's cool because it is so fucked up. Because it is
Well, he,
about
like,
a satanic dog.
have you seen the one where he like kills the prostitute and he like uses her legs as stilts? And he's like walking around with her legs and he goes in to buy like I think he goes into the liquor store to buy like alcohol and shit with her purse. And he's like, oh do 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 do.
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, yeah. That's one of the newer like Comedy Central or Adult Swim or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's always funny. They have I see people wearing shirts all the time that have Mr. Pickle's face in the middle of a pentagram.
Yeah. I don't know if I've watched all of the second season or not yet. Um, because some of that shit gets a little weird for me too. I'm just like, it's a gnarly ass show, but this is I need a break for a couple minutes because I need to process what the fuck I just saw.
Right? Yeah.
So, but I like it enough. So, Richard said, "Am I going to cosplay at Frightmare?" I don't know. I don't know. I was just talking about Frightmare this morning. Have you been to Texas Frightmare at all?
Mm-mm.
No. Oh my god. It's
I
like
haven't been to Texas in a long time.
no. I've been to Texas a couple times. I love Texas. So
Yeah, no, I did too. Unfortunately, the last time I was in Texas, it was my grandfather's memorial service. So
sorry.
yeah, but I do like Texas. So it's a beautiful place. It's cool.
It
A lot of
is.
history.
Yeah. And it just I will say that everybody's different in every state. So it
Yeah.
was really it was refreshing to go to another state and interact and socialize with a brand new set of people that were really fucking cool
No,
and know how
yeah.
to fucking barbecue because barbecue is my jam.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, man. It's that time of year.
Yeah. Oh, every day is the time of year to
Well,
barbecue
that
or
is
for
true. That is
tacos.
true. But you're also in like a warmer climate year round, though.
Yeah, it's what was it? It was 105 today. Yesterday
Good
was
God.
106. Yeah, that's not even hot here yet. I think the hottest I've seen here was like 115, and it's dry heat, so it's not
Yeah.
humid.
Oh,
So that's a plus. That's a plus. Not humidity.
yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. True. True. Whew.
It's okay. I mean, you might die walking to your car from dehydration and heat stroke, but fuck it. Cheaper than
I,
LA.
I feel like if I just like walked around like in that kind of heat for a solid 8 hours, I might lose some weight.
And my guy, he does heavy equipment, and he's got to work out in it all. Like he works 10-hour days, so he's got to work out in it with no like AC and shit, and then getting down in holes and then getting back up in equipment. It's like he comes in beat red and half dead every day.
Like a lobster from hell.
Yes, a little Italian lobster. Just put
Yeah.
some butter on them and eat them up. Num num num. Yeah.
Hey now.
Right. Hey, it's an over 18 show, remember?
Right. Right. Right.
Steven says, I met Jennifer Hale. She voiced Miss Keene in Powerpuff Girls. Miss Keene was she the big booby girl? Where you just saw like her boobs and her legs and her butt and the bottom of her hair.
Maybe. God, it's been forever since I watched that show.
I know. Yeah, it's been a long time. Uh, Richard said, there's a show I'm thinking about going to that's on first night of Frightmare. I might sneak out that night. Might not. Don't know yet. I'll decide then. I think Corey Taylor is going to be there this year from Slipknot.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I've met Corey once.
Yeah, is he a douche?
No, actually, I met him. Let's see here. He came to it was Stone Sour's first tour in Louisville. They have a thing. They used to have a thing called LRS Fest, and Stone Sour was playing. And one of my buddies, who's really good about getting backstage and doing all kinds of shit,
Mhm.
kind of got us to where we were like walking and talking with Corey Taylor. Corey Taylor tried to get us in the tent with him. They wouldn't let us go in. He just kept looking at us, going, "Hold on, hold on." He signed a bunch of autographs and stuff. He came back out and talked to all of us for it was like a good 15 people, and he just stood around and just talked about Black Flag and old punk rock. That was back when he was still doing drugs and drinking pretty heavy. He's a totally different cat now. He is a total like I used to really like. I used to be a big Slipknot fan and a big Stone Sour fan. Still give him the respect, but give Slipknot the respect more than anything. But I just can't stand the guy now. I, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't stand watching him. He's so just like like I cleaned up and like, oh, look at me now. Like I'm just like,
Taylor.
yeah, oh God, that was horrid. Like it's
Yeah.
depressing. He's doing the thing that I hate my rock stars to do, acting like rock stars, like in that sense.
He's
You know what
acting
I mean?
like the fucking character from WWE.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, dude, you are some made up drama, dude. Like,
Like Slipknot was a pretty when I first heard them and first saw them, I was like pretty intrigued by their whole shtick. I thought they were great. Their first couple of albums, especially "I" was my favorite. That's the only album I listen to of them now. With some good shit, but I don't know. He started bringing the Stone Sour stuff into the Slipknot stuff, and it just got really sappy and just kind of I don't know. They kind of got me with there was one album that actually was pretty heavy, but then they also had snuff on it. So like I was like all pumped up, then I was depressed. Like I don't know. Like
you just want to
I
rage, motherfucker.
yeah. Like that's why I listen to fucking Cannibal Corpse and fucking I Hate God and shit like that. I like to feel it, and I just can't. I can't feel this douchebag rock star. Look how big my dick is attitude. I just can't. It's annoying. Look at all the flashy
Kick in the
lights.
door with no pants on because bitch is just swinging.
Right? No, I could actually. I won't go on that rant when it comes down to this whole thing because I could seriously like spend a whole other 30 minutes like just going on about how much I can't stand that kind of music and that guy.
Jesus. Oh my lord. Yeah, he should have just stayed with Slipknot. I think he just kind of went back to Stone because Stone Sour supposedly was like the first band, and then he just got into Slipknot, and then he wanted to go back to Stone Sour. From my understanding, I could be wrong.
I think it was something like that. Yeah.
I think he got to like a point where he was like, "Oh, I think I can do my own thing," and just wanted it to be like about just him and not all the characters and him. And
Yeah.
was just like, "I'm gonna go be Corey motherfucking Taylor." Woo!
He needs to be go shut the hell up and just keep writing books because I haven't read all of his books. He's written a couple, but
Mhm.
the excerpts that I've read from not too bad. Like I think honestly, he just needs to keep pumping out Slipknot albums. Give the people what they want, whatever. They're still really big, but shut the fuck up and just write. I'll read what you have to say because your voice annoys me. So no book on tape for me when it comes to that.
You gotta have what's his name? Oh Jesus, Ed Kemper. You ever heard of him? The
The
serial killer?
serial killer? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I love Edmund.
Yeah, his voice is the recording for most of the audiobooks on tape. Like he recorded like thousands and thousands of hours because when he was in prison, he kind of wanted to give back to like the hearing and reading impaired.
Oh, he's
So he
still he's
started
still in prison.
recording. Oh, is he still alive? Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, he's still. Oh no,
God.
man. A monster like that, dude. He's not going to be easily killed. I mean, he's a big dude.
Yeah,
He
but
is
I
a
figured
very
maybe he
large
might have
man.
died or something. I don't know. They all kind of die
I,
off at random times for weird reasons.
I mean, we talk about serial killers. That guy is his whole story is so fucked up.
Oh
It just shows
yeah.
how bad the system can really fuck up.
Fuck
Like
yeah, dude.
completely. I mean, the guy when he was a mid-teens or whatever, he shot his grandparents, killed them both, was locked away in a children's place. And then they wanted to put him in the care of his mom after he was like, don't put me in the care of my mom. And then he started having all these like fantasies of killing her. And then he went around and he killed, college co-eds, thus the college
The
co-ed
co-ed
killer.
killer. That's what his name was. The co-ed
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah. And he,
Yeah, and then what he did to his mom.
yeah, he cut her mom's friend's head off and he cut his mom's head off and then sexually mutilated multiple times his mom's head. Um,
Over 18 show, by the way, guys.
yeah, no, like I love it. I love it. This has been a great conversation of sorts, many conversations. But
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
no, but yeah, yeah, what he did was pretty gnarly, man. And I don't know. I guess maybe that's why I'm so intrigued. Is like to have that much hatred over your mother to do that. My hat looks so fucking. There we go. Um, it's bugging me. I was like, that looks so twisted. Like I don't like. Yeah, like weird cat, man. That's where the fascination of all that kind of shit comes from. Is the intrigue of like the fucked up nature of things.
Hell
It's like
yeah.
I don't
Well,
support any of these motherfuckers, but I'm intrigued by what they do. And sometime you might be asked, hey, who's your favorite serial killer? And I'm like, I don't have a favorite. I don't have favorites. I have ones I'm more intrigued with because I feel like an asshole about the other one. No offense to anybody who does, but
no,
yeah,
that's actually a really good way to think about it and to put it because I don't think people really think about it. They just say, like, oh, my favorite instead of
mm,
saying, oh, the one that interests me the most kind of
yeah.
deal. And it kind of does sound a little morbid to say my favorite. Oh my God. I
There's
got
a
all his posters in my room.
there's a documentary. I don't know if you ever heard of it called the Serial Killer Culture, and they made it. It was actually made into a short little show, little series there for a bit too. But the movie is really cool, and it pretty much shows how people get really sucked into all the lore with serial killers and stuff.
Mhm.
Gigi Allen's brother Merle, he is a collector of serial killer things. He's written serial killers. Him and Gigi both they knew John Wayne Gacy, who you would talk about a piece of shit that guy was.
Yeah.
Um, but
And how
he's
corrupt
on
the
the
system is
documentary.
too.
Yeah, yeah. But he's on the documentary and he shows us some pretty cool things. But yeah, you should check that out. If you're into that kind of stuff, check that out because I feel like you might dig it.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I do another show on Thursday nights that I've done for about 4 years called Girls, Gore, and Gin. And
I
it's,
like that name. Yeah.
yeah, Miguel came up with it. So thanks, Miguel. But it's myself and a co-host, and then Miguel. He's on it pretty consistently, whether on camera or off camera. But we cover everything from like horror movies, serial killers, the occult, UFOs, true crime, like all kinds of crap. So like
Yeah, yeah.
I watch a lot of true crime. I'm super fascinated with true crime because it's it makes me think about, well, because I always think about like what makes people do the things that they do. And I think watching true crime, because there's a big range in true crime. I mean, it could be from theft to voyeurism to like, murder, homicide, kidnapping. Like there's so much stuff in true crime.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
everybody does it for a reason, whether it's because of a random mental break, or they had mental illness, or it's drug and alcohol induced, or it was environmental factors or biological factors or a mix of things. It's weird because anybody can be affected
Oh yeah.
in, a variety of ways. Anyway, I digress. So, but yeah,
No,
I
it's
love
true.
true crime because of that. Because I'm always thinking about people are weird and what makes them do what they do.
I'll tell you what though, man, because we watch all that shit too, cold case files and all that.
Mhm.
But like when you're into dark stuff, horror movies, like I'm a big horror fanatic, serial killer stuff, all that. You you start really realizing how much you don't trust people.
Yeah.
Like, especially being a parent, it's like you walk down like a street in a suburb somewhere, a little subdivision, and it's just like you look at every house, and most people are like, "Oh, that's a nice house. That's a nice family lives there." That's not where my head goes. My
How many
head, I'm
bodies are in the
thinking,
basement?
right, like is that guy's family really his family, or is he just got them under some kind of weird mind control? Like you never
Oh,
know. Like
yeah.
because there's a bunch of the place that I was raised. There was an incident where a guy had died in his house under weird circumstances about 2 or 3 blocks from the house I grew up in. And I was riding my bike one day and saw them carrying this body out. And I immediately had in my head that he was, killed by a serial killer, all this stuff. I mean, I was a little dude. So like I had all that, and ever since that, like that's had kind of some kind of effect on me now. There's like I get weird going anywhere that I'm not sure of. Like I always think the worst before I go anywhere. I don't do things the right way at all.
No, I
Believe
know
me.
what you mean. Okay, some might call it PTSD, but
There is that.
not
That's a totally
diagnosing. I'm just,
different. Yeah, that's a totally different show.
yeah, totally different show. Oh my God, you know what? If you're interested, I would absolutely love to have you come on for an episode where I kind of did them off and on as a pre-record, um,
Mm,
where I would it's called True Horror, and I take like a true crime that was turned into like a horror movie, or a horror movie based off of a true crime case.
right. Yeah, yeah.
The two are together because I actually just found one recently. But if you're interested, if you'd ever want to come back on and do one with me and
Definitely.
watch the movie and then read about the true crime case that went with it and talk about it.
I'm down. Hell yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
like fun.
yeah. Because actually, yeah. Did I find it today or did I find it yesterday? Anyway, the movie Jennifer's Body, that one's actually based off of it's based off of a true crime.
Really?
Out here in California, I don't think it's very far from me either. So I was kind of like, whoa, what the hell is that? But that's one I'd like to cover soon if you're interested.
I'm down. That's cool. That's interesting. I didn't realize that was based on anything real. That's
I didn't
pretty
either.
it's pretty interesting. I mean, hell, my favorite movie is Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
it's based off an idea, and everybody thinks it's based on actual stuff. It's not, but it's
Yeah.
based. So it could
Yeah.
be, you know, fucked with and done whatever they want to it because it's based. Doesn't mean it's actually, all that.
Yeah. Loosely based on true events.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I like Jennifer's Body. I like that movie, actually. It's a good one.
I have it, but I haven't seen it in forever. I thought it was an okay movie. I liked the idea of it, but
Yeah.
apparently it was based off of because I didn't read or watch like a lot. It was like very short because I was pretty busy today. But basically, it was based off of a satanic ritual gone wrong, basically, or like a sacrificial satanic ritual.
Hmm.
But it's based off of that. So I was like, whoa, That's okay, cool. I don't know.
I can
So,
dig
like I
that.
said, I haven't seen it, so I haven't read a lot on it or really seen much of like, people doing their little videos on it. So I don't know how closely it is to the movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how loosely based is it. So,
Yeah, yeah, because that's an interesting one actually. I watched it 2 or 3 months back. Actually, I hadn't watched it in a while, and me and my girlfriend watched it. And I do enjoy that movie. It's very underrated in a lot of ways.
yeah, I think it is too. It was kind of a low budget movie, wasn't it?
Uh,
Because I don't think it
not
was like
too,
a
not.
big it wasn't like a big name that was like a big production company or anything that was attached to it, was it?
I'm not sure. I have to look into that. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I know there was. It wasn't real low budget. Because it was in theaters and everything too. But yeah, no,
Mm.
I don't know. I can't remember who actually put it out.
Huh. Okay. Let's see. Yes, Jennifer's Body with Megan Fox. So this Megan, tiny little Megan Fox. Um,
Yeah,
Richard said, H.H. Holmes always fascinated me. And down the street from my house I lived in when I was little, there was a house known as the Murder House. I heard a bad drug deal, or I heard a drug deal went bad there.
cool.
That's probably why there was a murder in the house. So,
H. Holmes is an interesting cat. That whole
oh
story's
yeah.
pretty interesting too. I mean, he's considered the first American serial killer, and
Hmm.
his motive was money. That was his
A
whole
lot
thing.
of them are motivated by money, I think. Well, now that they're coming out with a lot of, they're like, what is that name? Codex? I think that's the name of the system. It's or the program or whatever the hell they call it, where they run it's like 23andMe in a big database, like a public database. So like,
Hmm.
because that's how they've been catching all these serial killers lately. They caught the Golden State Killer a couple years back. They got
Yeah.
Samuel Little through that. They just caught someone else, I think, too, just recently. I think, but that's all through like the 23andMe type public system. So like if you do 23andMe and you're like, okay, you check the box off, like you can use my information in the public database for the world or whatever.
Hmm.
Say like the Golden State Killer was still running around, and somebody wanted to reopen the case, they would take the DNA samples they have and they plug it back into the machine and they're like, dink, oh, we found a relative. And then they would contact you or look about, search you, Google you, and find people around you closest to do process of elimination to find the person related to you who caused the murders. So
Hmm.
that's how it's been catching all these people.
Interesting. I think the says the Golden State Killer. What was that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he. If I remember correctly, Patton Oswald's late wife was the
Mm-hmm.
one that. Yeah, which I always thought that was pretty cool. So it's. I don't know if she. I don't think she was still. I don't think she was still alive when they caught him
No,
though, which that's kind of a
no.
bummer.
Yeah, because he had said something about it. He was like, but still, she was the one who wrote in her book, that this was the guy that did it, and this is why, and all this other crap. So it was kind of like a bittersweet kind of thing, I guess you would say.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, oh, she's not here, but she was fucking right, kind of deal.
yeah. No shit.
Uh, let's see. Steven says when it's 15-year-old based, California based, Elise Feller. Oh yeah, that's the girl that was based off of for the movie Jennifer's Body. Her name was Elise Poller. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um,
Okay.
yep. So I would like to do that one if you're down.
No,
Maybe
I'm done.
a couple
Yeah.
weeks or so. Let's see. Richard says, I remember when the X Files started, it was based on actual events. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, all that government shit's supposed to come out anytime now. Anytime now. What's
Oh
more
yeah.
like? Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. Uh, oh my gosh. I just realized we have 10 minutes and we barely talked about your music.
It happens.
And I'm still having a good conversation. So it's
Oh
like
yeah, man. Yeah, 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 definitely.
cool. So, well, I guess maybe we can get into that a little bit real quick before we run out of time. So you guys are playing again. The last
Yeah.
time I had you on last year, everything was shut down. You guys were just kind of chilling and waiting for all this to to go over. Now everything's open. You guys got shows. You guys gonna have new music coming out.
Yeah, on all. Check mark on yes. Let's see here. We next time that we're playing, well, we're doing actually on June 18th. We're doing another live stream. This time with a fellow two-piece band called something weird. Um, and it's from because it's Fat Man Studios at Lexington, which is about an hour away from here, and they do a great job on audio, like visual, everything. And we got some cool stuff planned for that. So uh, you should always go to the Bastard Sons of Judas Go Facebook for all that detail. Um, and then we've got in Ju- July 24th, I think. Yeah, yeah, July 24th. We're doing the 10th annual Metal Fest Fuck Cancer thing that goes on here in Kentucky. But a shit ton of like local bands and stuff. It's like a 3 day like event thing. And all the proceeds to everything goes to cancer research and everything. And the guy that runs his name is Alan Ashbaugh. He's been a great supporter of the band forever. And we were on it on the 9th one, and he wanted to make sure we were on the 10th one. So he's been a great supporter, and what he does is awesome. So if you get a chance, just look up Fuck Cancer Metal Fest, and you'll be able to like check out whatever's gone on in the past with all that stuff. And then in August we have a show with a band called Luther, and then some other band that I've never heard of. And they're all Kentucky shows. So we're just kind of staying local. We're going to try to start recording, trying to finish up this next EP. COVID fucked us on that. We were going to take 3 months off anyway from playing shows. Unfortunately, when we took 3 months off, it was because COVID, and we didn't see each other for 3 months. So it was just kind of, we were just sitting there with our dicks out, didn't know, what the next move was. And so we're trying to get that back up. That's the whole thing right now, is trying to get some more recordings out. Which the live stream, doing something kind of cool with that. Our set, because when they do the Fat Man Studios live streams, they actually they give you a copy of everything, the audio, everything. We actually have a live stream audio on our Spotify and stuff from the last time we did it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play music that we don't have recorded, and we're going to record an album live on a live stream.
Oh.
So we're writing. We've got 2 new songs no one's ever heard, and we've got 1 song that we've played a few times that is going in the mix because it's never been recorded, and it's the perfect place for it. So it's going to be interesting. So hopefully, we make it through okay, because we just now started writing some of these songs. So,
okay.
So it's kind of
dope.
it kind of gives us more of a push, but yeah, that's all we got kind of going on right now. We have some new stickers here at the cookout.
That's cool.
I took a bunch of these and just passed them out to everybody, and everybody loves them. So I'll probably get more. And if anybody ever wants to order, we've got shirts and all kinds of stuff. Go to our Facebook page. You can check that shit out on there. We got cassettes. We got a few shirts still left. We're getting get ready to order more shirts of a new design, which all the designs are done by Josh Ross, the guitar player. So we're trying to push merch so it can go into getting more merch. We got all kinds of stuff. You can go on our page and look and see what we got. Send us a message, and then we'll figure out everything else when it comes down to payment and all that fun stuff. But hey, if you make an order, we'll add one of these in for free.
Hell yeah. You guys, in the description below on the side in front of you, wherever you're watching from, and it's at, the links for Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat Facebook, YouTube, and Instaham are in the description. So click on there, but make sure you go to their Facebook to get all the updated information and how to order their merch and shit. You said you have cassette tapes, or did you mean CDs?
No, I meant cassettes. No,
no shit.
We put out 2 cassettes. The first one was a kind of a weird little project that we were doing with some ambient and stuff and some just noise mixed in with talking about serial killers or stuff. Some clips of like Richard Kuklinski, the Iceman, him talking, and some all kinds of just weird shit with weird guitar. It's a big weird thing that we did. And actually, the cover of it was actually a patch. It was our first patch we put out instead of actually having it in an actual case. We just wrapped it up in hemp rope and nice little package. And then we've got Bitterroot, which it's our 30-minute one-track EP, part one of a trilogy, which the part two of that is what we're trying to finish recording, if Tom will fucking allow at some point. So yeah, but yeah, we like cassettes because we plan on putting out CDs. We actually have been writing for our full-length album in between all kinds of shit. And we probably will put that on disc, but right now we're kind of just focusing on, okay, let's be a little vintage. Let's be a little old with it. People still have cassette players. People still like collecting cassettes. I still collect cassettes. So we're like, all right, let's just keep it digital for right now. Put out some cassettes, some weird cool little packaging. Because once we actually get all 3 EPs done, we're planning on, the idea is to package them. You know what a debit box is?
Yeah. The spirit box thing?
Right. So we're going to package a few of these special editions in divot boxes. Going to be, pretty authentic if it goes the way I want it to. I know some people. And
shit.
And so you can buy our trilogy when it's done in a divot box with the wax and everything. And we'll add some stickers or whatever, patches and stuff inside of it. So that's the plan. We've still got a long way to go. It takes us fucking forever to get anything recorded, but that's the plan on that. I think it's a cool idea. I kind of wish it already happened because now I want one.
That sounds fucking cool. And you were describing it for some reason. I don't even know why. For some reason, the freaking Willy Wonka golden ticket like popped up in my mind, oh, I found a magical special ticket in mine. That's fabulous. I get a chocolate bar, mommy. I don't know.
We might do something like that, put a jawbreaker in there, with our symbol on it or something. I don't know. I never know. Could the ideas are endless. Sky is the limit.
When you have ADHD, Jesus Christ. Shut up, brain. That's good.
I understand, believe me.
My brain's constantly running. The hamster died a long time ago. The wheel's just stuck.
I know something about that.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay though.
It's okay. It's okay. It could be a good thing. Richard said a tour with a Dallas-Fort Worth stop.
The idea of doing a tour at some point with a couple of bands has been in the talks. Nothing set in stone, but there's a few bands that want to have us on the road with them. So maybe something cool. I'd like to go down more south to that area. So the possibilities are endless. Remember, Biggie said sky's the limit.
That's right. Biggie said a lot of things.
Yeah, that's right.
Apparently he loves it when you call him Biggie Papa. I don't know. That's just what I hear.
Get the loot.
Richard also says VHS and cassettes are coming back, and I don't have anything to play them on anymore. Well, if you go to Rite Aid or Walgreens, they might have cassette tapes because they keep stuff for the older folks. So
yeah,
the ones that still hang on the cassettes.
I still have, I'm looking at a shitload of VHSs right now.
Yeah, we've got a shit ton too. Well, we actually had one of the remember the big tube TVs that had the VCR in it? Oh my God, it took me and my boyfriend to drag it out of the house, get it up in the truck, and take that shit to the dump because the tape player broke on it. So we're like, well, we don't fucking want this no more if the tape player don't work on it. That's the whole point of having it. It's got a fucking tape player.
That's how I feel about it. That shit's infamous for that, though. That shit was always infamous for that. It's because I've got down here, because this is my VHS room. I watch my VHSs and stuff sometimes back here, and I have a TV, and I got a VCR/DVD player, and the DVD player side doesn't work. And usually with those connections, like the ones that are mixed in together, one or the other will go out at some point
Yeah.
and just never work. It works sometimes, but I don't ever really give a fuck. I don't fuck with it. And no point in watching VHSs, and it works fine.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
It's either the disc doesn't read or that like something got stuck in the tape or it always goes tape cleaning. If you guys know what a VCR is, you know what tape cleaning is. But or what auto tracking or whatever the hell it was called where it like try to flatten itself out if it was crinkled or some shit. I don't know.
What's funny is my parents actually gave me their old VCR with the DVD combo, and the both sides of that still work. But when they did that, they also gave me, because they take care of all their stuff like that. They're always putting, they're making sure it's all pristine, and they even gave me the tape that you put in there and play. And
the blue one?
Yeah. Or, it's like it's blue. It's got blue and there's a little green on it. And it's got like a little thing that pokes up. Yeah. Like
it was actually a VCR cleaner thing.
Yeah. It's kind of weird actually, because I remember having that shit when I was younger.
My
but
God.
I didn't take care of it though.
So many memories are coming back now. Oh my God. Where the fuck is my jetpack?
Never got one of those either.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for my goddamn jetpack or a real hoverboard, not that fucking bullshit on wheels. That is not a hoverboard. That is a fucking electric scooter with no wheels or with no handles. That's bullshit.
Kids in the neighborhood around here, they all like there's like 4 or 5 of them that got those things, and they just ride them around, and they blast music from them and shit, and it's so loud, and they all playing different music. So it's just like, oh, I want to live in the country.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, man. Give me
bumps or some tacks outside on the road.
It's like, give me some fucking birds chirping and like just the wind blowing in the trees any day.
Yeah, that'd be better than that shit. I don't even want to imagine that noise. My brain's trying to do it. I'm like, stop it.
A lot of this.
Yeah. Richard says the Be Kind rewind. Yes, because you get charged $1 fee if they had to fucking rewind it for you. So
my dad always made sure I rewound it. I'm not paying $1 for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Like, all right.
I miss video stores. Maybe that'll be the next thing that'll come back as a video store.
I'd hope so. That would be awesome.
That would be pretty cool.
Instead of people just watching Netflix, man, like that's the thing. Like my kids don't understand. Like, okay, we used to actually go and just pick them out.
Yep.
Like a lot of good memories with video stores. I always found the coolest horror movies. And some of like the ones that like, I shouldn't have been watching when I was younger, but I got my stepdad to like rent them for me anyway.
Or video games. I always like to get the video games there too. Like Dad would let us rent one video game and one movie. And then he would get like 2 or 3 movies for Mom. And then we'd get pizza. And then we'd go home. And then like my brother and I went one direction and Mom and Dad went the other direction. And that was it for the weekend. So Sunday night, you better make sure you take those fucking movies back.
No, I remember that shit. We used to do that. It was either like my friends would come over and my buddy John, my mom would take us to either go get pizza or go to the Chinese place. And both the Chinese place and the pizza place at the time were next door to each other. And next door to the Chinese place was the video place. So like we would just get a bunch of fucking sweet and sour chicken, go rent some horror movies and go home and just like, veg out all night. I miss those days. Simpler times in life,
I know, man. And we still don't have a fucking jetpack. God.
Still no jetpack.
Our lives are fucking horrible. These first world problems suck.
I don't like being an adult too much.
Yeah, no one fucking asked us. It's not fair.
Nah.
They said we could be whatever we wanted to be when we grew up, and nobody said I want to be an adult. Not one damn person.
No, they usually had something else they said, like, I want to be a firefighter.
Yeah.
It was never mentioned it was an adult firefighter. It's a child firefighter.
I'm saying. Nobody said to be specific.
I mean, shit. I think I'm kind of the epitome of a big kid when it comes down to a lot of things. Of course, I go into dad mode sometimes, but I'm, it's just a phase, they said.
Right?
If any kid that's ever told it's just a phase, most likely it's not going to be just a phase, and it's going to be like the hell your parents have to deal with the rest of your life. Fortunately for me, my parents are pretty cool, and they actually like uh, the kind of music and shit that I like. And me and my stepdad, we're both musicians, and we both like cheesy horror films and laughing at stupid shit like Michael Caine. Inside joke. That's all. But yeah.
Man, I want to go to the video store and get a bottle of soda and a pizza and stuff now.
There's a buddy of mine that the place that he's actually moving from, he had his own little little library thing, and he was actually trying to make it look like a video store. And I've seen people
cool.
doing shit like that. I'm like, man, that's a great idea. Just like, even if you're not, I mean, because there's people that like went and got like all the stuff from like Blockbuster and all that shit, and put that shit in their like basements and in their garages, and you walk into it and you think, I mean, they even had the signs that said like what category, what genre.
Oh, dope.
As in like even movie posters that are like in like the thing, like just it looks straight up, It's like, man, I want to have money and I want to do that.
Just doing little bits. Just do little bits. Go to yard sales, their stores, get stuff that looks.
I'm sure I can find some of that shit somewhere, but man, that might be a pain in the ass to try to hunt down.
Yeah, it might be. Might be.
In theory, an awesome idea though. Awesome idea. Yeah.
Just trying to help out the cause, man.
Got to keep it alive, man. Got to keep it alive.
Yeah, got to keep the dream alive. Oh my gosh! So you say you guys are doing another live show this Saturday?
No. We're doing.
July.
Yeah. What is it? We're June now.
I mean
June 18th. June 18th. In a few weeks, we're doing that live stream with something weird. Yeah. From Fat Man Studios. Go to their YouTube and stuff. Mark your calendars. Go check it out, because we interact with people. When they're they're coming on and saying stuff, kind of like on here. We've actually got something kind of planned. Might have somebody actually come in and like interview all the bands and the people with Fat Man, like while bands are switching up and stuff like that. We're just trying to keep it interesting and entertaining throughout the hour and a half, however long. I don't know how long it's going to be, that we do it. But that's the next thing. That
sounds cool. I need to get out to Kentucky sometime. I need to do some more traveling.
You and me both.
Well, you guys make sure, yes, for sure. We've been locked up for a whole long time. We all need to get the hell out of here. But you guys go in the description below and check out Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat, their Facebook, their YouTube, and their Instagram. Make sure you keep up with their Facebook for upcoming shows and talk to the band. See what they got going on. Listen to the music if you guys haven't checked it out. Check out their merch. They have fucking cassette tapes, dude. Come on. Get the fucking cassette.
We got fucking cassette
tape.
Yeah. And also, I'm on the Tales from the Podcast / 2G1C podcast. Check that out on Facebook. Find all the details of that. Go there. Check out all our stuff. We're doing all kinds of interesting things. And on the 4th of this month, we are actually doing the Hot Nut Challenge. That's what it's called.
Oh.
And we're doing a whole thing with that. And so, check that shit out and all that. Oh, and also I do the Nasty Nation. It's on Anchor. I posted on the Nasty Nation Facebook page. I do Graveyard Talk, my buddy Whitman. All that stuff's on the Nasty Nation and the Graveyard Talk Facebook page. We're getting ready to do some cool stuff before too long. Actually, we're actually going to go visual. This is just an audio podcast format we have right now. And then you also, I got to plug my buddy real quick, Whitman, who's on Graveyard Talk with me, which I just said a second ago. I don't know why I felt the need to repeat. He does photography and stuff. So go to Whitman Photography and check his shit out on Instagram as well as Facebook and all that fun shit. So I had to get all that out because I was like, I've got a lot of stuff to say.
No, that's totally cool. Totally cool. Well, you guys check out all that he just said and check him out. Check the band out. Thank you so much for coming on the show again. I appreciate it so much. This was so much fun. And I do want to seriously have you on again if you're interested to do that true horror episode about Jennifer's body. I think that would be dope.
That would be cool.
Fuck yeah, it would. Thank you guys for joining. Let me see if I can line myself up because I didn't do that. I was listening to you talk. Play my little outros. But yeah, so thank you guys for joining. Again, check out the links in the description for Chuck Daniels' band, Bastard Sons of a Judas Goat. I can't believe I've said that.
I was wondering. I was like, is she going to skip?
Am I say Judas Priest? Am I going to say Judas God? Like, what am I going to say? It's going to be fucking wrong. Don't do it.
Everyone says it wrong at some point. Like, I've had so many people that like have known us forever, and they still get tripped up on it. But they also say it's the coolest. We get a lot of like, that's the coolest name I've ever heard, kind of shit. So I don't know. It's always funny. It's always funny when people are introducing us. I'm like, oh, are they going to say it? Are they going to say it? And we have had. Slow down and
read it right there where it says check where your name is because the monitor's facing me. So that's why I had to slow down and look down. I was like, Bastard Sons of a Judas Ghost. So I was cheating.
Well, either way, because we've been told we had a promoter who was a big supporter of ours, and he went up on stage and totally butchered our name. And he's just like, oh, it's these guys. And we're like, all right. We've had that happen a couple of times. It's funny. Like, we don't take anything personal about it. My girlfriend's sister was telling everybody that her sister is dating a guy in a band called Bastard Sons of a Goat Fucker. So, it's.
Oh my gosh. You should make a t-shirt of like where it says Bastard Sons of a, and then it'll be like something wrong with a line through it and it just keeps going down.
Yeah. See, there's an idea.
All the different ones.
I'll have to piss it to Josh. That's not a bad idea, actually. It's kind of funny because that one, that's the one that people forget. So like, Judas Goat, like, buy a shirt and just look at it.
Exactly. Just it's not this one. It's Goat. It's the one that's not crossed out. So.
Right. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you again, sir, and thank you guys for joining. We're gonna get up out of here because I gotta go to work in a couple hours. So it's later where you're at. Yeah, ew, it's right. Good. But no show tomorrow night because it's Thursday night unless you hop over to Girls Gore Gin where you can see myself and my beautiful co-host Laura Facenda and my okay producer Miguel. He's all right, I guess. We'll be on tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, and then I'll be back Friday with some kind of weird cooking concoction that you guys have thrown at me. I don't know. I get a lot every week, so we'll see what happens. Oh, thank you guys, and I will see you creepy bastards. I gotta fuck up something tonight, right? I'll see you guys on Friday. Good night.
Later.